KAI KF-21 Boramae or KFX is a South Korean 4.5 generation fighter aircraft development program with Indonesian involvement with the goal of producing an advanced multirole fighter for the South Korean and Indonesian air forces. The airframe is stealthier than any 4th generation fighters, but does not carry weapons in internal bays like 5th generation fighters, though internal bays may be introduced later in development. The program is led by the South Korean government, which holds 60% of the program's shares. Indonesia took a 20% stake in the program in 2010, and the remaining 20% are held by private partners including the manufacturer Korean Aerospace Industries, KAI.
The issue of air-to-air weapons from the KF-21 Boramae fighter jet is projected to be made in the US or Europe. The KF-21 Boramae will be fitted with a fast out-of-visual range radar-guided missile and a German-made IRIS-T short-range heat-seeking weapon. The KF-21 guided weapon also comes from the US or Europe. For air-to-air warfare, the KF-21 will mount fast out-of-visual range radar-guided missiles and the German IRIS-T short-range heat-seeking weapon. KAI is expected to seek the integration of the AIM-120 and AIM-9X missiles on par with the USA as well.
The first test flight is anticipated in 2022, with manufacturing scheduled to begin in 2026. At least 40 aircraft are planned to be delivered by 2028, with South Korea expecting to deploy a total of 120 of the aircraft by 2032. It will also be available for export market. In Indonesia, the KFX development program is referred to as the FX program. The Jakarta Globe reported that the completed aircraft will receive the designation F-33.
On 15 July 2010, the Indonesian government agreed to fund 20% of the KFX project cost in return for one prototype, design participation, technical data, and production sharing. On 2 August 2011, a joint research center was opened in Daejeon in South Korea. In November 2017, Indonesia, through state-owned Indonesia Aerospace, failed to pay its share in the latest round of development costs, prompting criticism from South Korea. As of 2019, Indonesia was renegotiating its involvement in the program. Flight Global reported in July 2019 that Indonesia was exploring payment in Indonesia-produced armaments instead of cash. By July 2019, Indonesia was approximately 300 billion won in arrears. According to a September 2020 report, Indonesia had paid only $10 million since 2016 on research and development stage and owed about $420 million. The ESA flying test bed radar for the KF-21 Boramae uses a narrow-body Boeing 737-55 ZSTFJ, modified nose by Paramount Aerospace Systems of South Africa. The ESA, active electronically scanned array, radar can electronically direct the beam of radio waves in different directions, allowing the aircraft to emit a strong radar signal while remaining stationary. Another report stated that Indonesia paid $205 million for research and development and owed about $420 million. In December 2020, a report showed that Indonesia was likely to pull out of the project, while another stated that South Korea and Indonesia planned to move forward the KFX project. In August 2021, Indonesia reaffirmed its interest in the KF-21 program, with Indonesian engineers returning to South Korea to continue their work. Further agreement on the costs has been reached between the two countries. According to reports on May 24, 2022, the issue of paying $420 million in development costs that Indonesia did not pay has not been resolved. In November 2021, Indonesia and South Korea agreed to draw up a new sharing agreement for development costs by March 2022, but it has not been implemented so far. super capability of the ESA radar on the KF-21 Boramae is apparently predicted to be able to make China, Russia and North Korea panic. The KF-21 is equipped with a domestically developed ESA, active electronic scanning phased array, radar, EOTGP, electro-optical target tracking equipment, IRST, infrared tracking device, and an integrated electronic warfare system. The initial goal for the program was to develop a single-seat twin-engine multirole fighter with stealth capabilities exceeding both the Dassault Rafale and Eurofighter Typhoon, but less than those of the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. The Weapons Systems Concept Development and Application Research Center of Konkuk University advised that the KFX should be superior to the F-16 Fighting Falcon, with 50% greater combat range, 34% longer airframe lifespan, better avionics, active electronically scanned array, ESA, radar, more effective electronic warfare, and data link capabilities. Their recommendations also specified approximately 50,000 pounds force, 220,000 N of thrust from 2 engines, supersonic interception and cruising capabilities, and multi-role capabilities. The project requirements were later downgraded by the Republic of Korea Air Force, ROKAF, to a 4.5 generation fighter with limited stealth capabilities. South Korea possessed 65% of the necessary technology to produce the KFX and sought cooperation from other countries. To facilitate technology transfer, the Agency for Defense Development (AD) proposed 2 primary concepts for the KFX. C-103, which resembled the F-35, and C-203, which resembled European fighters with forward canards. The design chosen would depend on whether a development deal was reached with the US or European partners.